Alex Carter slowly opened his eyes, feeling confused and dizzy. The last thing he remembered was working in the engine room of his ship. Now, he was lying on a cold metal floor, surrounded by darkness. The only light came from small, dim bulbs. High above him, Alex sat up slowly, touching his aching head. His hands were tied with rough ropes, tight enough to hurt his wrists. Around him, he could hear quiet breathing and whispers. As his eyes adjusted, Alex noticed shapes in the shadows. There were other people here, locked up like him. Where am I? He asked softly, not expecting an answer. You're in the Varrock's prison, came a quiet, tired voice from nearby. Alex turned his head and saw a figure sitting close to the wall. The speaker had large, dark eyes and silvery skin that shimmered even in the dim light. It was clearly an alien. Alex tried not to stare, but he'd never seen such a being before. Who are the Varrock's? Alex asked, keeping his voice low. The alien sighed deeply. They are powerful and cruel beings who control this asteroid. They capture and imprison those who cross their path. No one ever leaves here. I'm Alex. He introduced himself quietly. From Earth. I am Laia, the alien replied gently. From Taris. Do you know why they took me? Alex asked. Laia shrugged slightly. They do not always have reasons. Sometimes it is to punish. Sometimes it is just because they can. Humans are new targets. The thought of being trapped here forever frightened Alex, but he refused to give in to fear. We must find a way out, he whispered, determinedly. Laia shook her head sadly. No one escapes from the Varrock's prison. Many have tried. All have failed. Alex sat quietly, thinking carefully. He couldn't just give up. His crew was counting on him. Maybe no human had ever escaped, but there was always a first time for everything. Days passed, each one the same as the last. The prisoners were fed barely enough to survive, and the Varrock's guards showed no mercy. Alex used the time to study everything around him. He watched the guards, noticing when they changed shifts, and studied the prison layout from his small cell. He learned that Leah had been there for many months. Her people were peaceful explorers who had been captured and imprisoned without reason. Each night, Alex spoke softly to Laia, trying to encourage her. My people won't abandon me. Humans will come. Laia looked at him, her large eyes filled with sadness. Humans won't rescue you, Alex. Everyone here knows that. They won't risk war with the Varrock's for one life. But Alex refused to accept her words. You don't understand humans, he insisted. We never leave our own behind. It's part of who we are. One evening, Alex noticed a small piece of metal lying on the floor near his cell door. Quietly, he stretched out his bound hands and managed to grasp it. It was thin and sharp, perhaps he could use it. With patience, Alex started slowly cutting through the ropes that bound his wrists. It was slow and painful, but he did not give up. What are you doing? Laia asked, watching him curiously. Preparing, Alex replied, focused on his task. I will. Get out, and you'll come with me. Laia sighed, clearly not believing him. But she couldn't help feeling a faint hope sparked by his determination. After several hours, the ropes finally broke free. Alex stretched his aching hands, feeling strength. Return. He hid the sharp piece of metal carefully under his clothes. He couldn't act yet, but he felt better knowing he had a weapon of sorts. Over the next few days, Alex secretly began gathering small items whenever the guards were not looking: a piece of wire, a broken piece of machinery. Each night, he whispered encouragement to Laia, convincing her that humans were different. You'll see, Laia, Alex told her firmly. When humans know someone is in trouble, nothing can stop them. Laia smiled faintly, for the first time showing a small hint of belief. Perhaps you are right, Alex. Perhaps your people are different. They are, he said confidently. And soon, everyone here will know it. Alex knew the road ahead would be hard, but he also knew something the Varrock's didn't. Humans were stubborn, resourceful, and fiercely loyal. If anyone could challenge the Varrock's and rescue prisoners, it was his own people. With hope burning strongly inside him, Alex settled back, planning his next move carefully and knowing that one day soon, the Varrocs would learn that they had severely underestimated humanity. Alex Carter worked quietly and carefully, hiding the items he collected in a small gap he had discovered in the wall. The days in the Varrocs prison continued to be long and difficult, but Alex kept his hope alive. Each day he watched and learned. From the Varrocs guards, noticing their habits and weaknesses, Laia often watched Alex with curiosity. At first, she thought he was wasting his energy, believing escape was impossible. But now, seeing his strong will and careful planning, she began to feel a small flicker of hope herself. "Alex," Laia whispered one evening, "what exactly are you building?" "A transmitter," Alex answered softly. "If I can get it working, I can send a message. My people will come." Laia shook her head, still unsure. "Your confidence surprises me. Are all humans like this?" Alex smiled slightly. "Humans never give up, especially when we have something important to fight for." One night, Alex carefully removed the hidden objects and began assembling the transmitter. The work was difficult. The parts were old and broken, and he had no proper tools. But he was patient and skilled, and slowly, a small device began to take shape. Other prisoners noticed what Alex was doing. Some laughed quietly, calling it foolish. But others watched with growing interest, curious about this strange human who dared to hope where no one else did. Finally, after many nights of hard work, Alex's small transmitter was complete. It was crude and delicate, but Alex felt confident. It would work. Now, he just needed to find the right time to use it. One afternoon, as the Varrocs guards changed their shift, Alex saw his chance. He quickly activated the transmitter, sending a weak but clear signal out into space. The device hung softly, its faint glow hidden by Alex's hand. The next moment, Alex heard footsteps approaching his cell. Quickly, he shut off the transmitter and hid it again in the wall. Just as he finished, a guard appeared, looking suspiciously into Alex's cell. "Human," growled the guard, a tall Varroc with dark scales and sharp eyes. "What are you doing?" "Nothing," Alex replied calmly, his heart beating fast. "Just waiting for my meal." The guard looked around but saw nothing unusual. "Watch yourself," he warned. "Humans cause trouble. Trouble brings pain." Alex kept quiet until the guard walked away. Laia sighed with relief. "That was close," she whispered nervously. "But it worked," Alex replied quietly, feeling a surge of triumph. The signal went out. Now we wait. Days passed, and Alex began to feel worried. Had his message been too weak? Had anyone even heard it? Each day seemed longer, and even Laia's hope began to fade again. Then one night, they heard loud shouting. The Varrocs guards stormed into Alex's cell, furious and aggressive. They searched quickly and found the hidden transmitter. "You thought you could fool us, human." The Varrocs guards snarled angrily, holding the device up for everyone to see. Alex stood tall, refusing to show fear. "Someone heard that signal," he said confidently. "My people will come." The guard laughed coldly. "Humans won't rescue you. They don't care enough to challenge us. You are a lone, foolish creature." The Varrocs took Alex away to a punishment room. The prisoners watched sadly, believing it was the end for him. But Laia watched with wide eyes, deeply moved by Alex's bravery. Inside the dark punishment room, the Varrocs tried to break Alex's spirit. They struck him repeatedly, demanding he admit no one was coming. But Alex remained strong, refusing to surrender. "Humans always come for their own," Alex repeated stubbornly, even as pain filled his body. "You'll see." After the guards grew tired, they threw Alex back into his cell. Laia quickly moved to his side, helping him sit up. Her eyes were filled with sadness. "I'm sorry, Alex," she whispered gently. "Don't be." Alex replied weakly but firmly. "We're not beaten yet." The other prisoners now watched Alex with new respect. His courage had inspired them, given them hoped that perhaps humans truly were different. Despite his pain, Alex knew he had done the right thing. His message was out there. Someone had heard him. And even now, somewhere deep in space, he was certain the rescue mission was already being planned. Laia stayed close to Alex, comforting him as he slowly recovered. In her heart, hope grew stronger each day. She no longer doubted Alex's words. She now truly believed the humans would come. Far across the galaxy, on a large space station orbiting a peaceful blue planet, Admiral Corinne Blake stood quietly in her office, staring at the blinking lights on her communication panel. The faint signal from Alex Carter's transmitter was now clear on her screen. She knew exactly what it meant. Someone was alive, someone human, trapped and needing rescue. Corinne immediately called Captain Jake Ellis to her office. Captain Ellis was a loyal and brave officer, known for his courage and determination. "Captain Ellis," Corinne began, showing him the faint signal on her screen, "we have a distress call. It's from deep inside Varrock's territory." Jake looked closely at the data. His eyes grew serious. "That's dangerous territory. Command won't approve an official mission there." "I know," Corinne replied calmly. "That's why we're not going to ask them. This will be a secret mission." Captain Ellis nodded slowly. "Understood, Admiral. How many ships can we take?" "We'll take a small fleet, just enough to slip through unnoticed," Corinne answered firmly. "And we need volunteers." "You'll get plenty," Jake assured her confidently. "Humans never leave anyone behind." Within hours, news spread quietly around the station. Volunteers stepped forward eagerly, each determined to rescue the trapped prisoner. Technicians prepared the ships, working fast and secretly. They equipped the fleet with stealth technology, allowing the ships to pass unseen through Varrock's space dot as the small fleet prepared to leave. Corinne stood before her team, speaking clearly and simply. "We go into enemy space for one reason only, to bring our person home. Remember, we are humans. We don't abandon our own." The fleet launched smoothly into space, moving quickly and quietly toward the Varrock's asteroid prison. On board his ship, Captain Jake Ellis studied the layout of the prison, making detailed plans for the rescue. He knew this would be difficult, but he was confident in his team. Back in the prison, Alex slowly regained his strength. Laia remained close by, worried yet hopeful. Alex noticed that the other prisoners now seemed to look at him differently. They whispered quietly among themselves, inspired by his bravery and hope. "Alex," Laia said one evening, "do you really believe your people will risk so much for you?" Alex smiled weakly, his eyes firm with conviction. "Yes, Laia, humans don't leave anyone behind. You'll see." Unknown to them, outside the asteroid, the small human fleet arrived quietly, hidden by their advanced stealth systems. Captain Ellis and Admiral Blake reviewed their plans carefully one final time. They knew they had only one chance to get this right. "Captain," Corinne said quietly over the radio, "are your teams ready?" "Ready and eager," Jake replied firmly. "Then let's move," Corinne ordered. The small ships silently approached the asteroid. Marines, highly trained in stealth and rescue, prepared to enter the prison. Their orders were clear: get in quickly, rescue the prisoners, and get out before the Varrocks could respond. Inside the prison, Alex sat up suddenly, sensing something was happening. He didn't know exactly what, but he felt it strongly. "What's wrong?" Laia asked, noticing his alert expression. "They're here," Alex whispered, his voice filled with excitement and relief. "I can feel it." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the prison. The Varrock's guards began shouting angrily, running toward the entrance in confusion. Alex and Laia watched as chaos erupted around them. "This is our chance," Alex told Laia urgently. "We need to be ready to move." Laia nodded, her eyes wide with hope and fear. Outside, human Marines quickly stormed the prison. They moved swiftly and efficiently, fighting off surprised Varrock's guards. Captain Jake Ellis led his team directly toward the cells, using Alex's original signal to pinpoint his exact location. "Find the human prisoner," Jake ordered clearly. and get everyone out safely. Prison doors burst open as Marines moved forward. The prisoners, seeing humans fighting bravely for their freedom, began cheering wildly. Hope surged through the cells, filling each prisoner with renewed strength and courage. Finally, Alex saw the human soldiers approaching. His heart leaped with relief and pride. "See, Laia," Alex whispered joyfully. "I told you humans would come." Laia stared, amazed and deeply moved. "You were right, Alex. Humans are truly remarkable." As Captain Ellis approached Alex's cell, he extended a strong hand. "Are you Alex Carter?" Alex nodded, tears in his eyes. "Yes, sir. Thank you for coming." "We wouldn't have it any other way," Jake replied with a determined smile. "Let's go home." Together, the prisoners and human rescuers moved swiftly toward the waiting ships. Knowing they had little time before the Varrocs regrouped, hope had arrived, brought by the determination and bravery of humans who refused to leave anyone behind. As the human Marines guided Alex, Laia, and the other prisoners through the dark corridors of the prison, Captain Jake Ellis remained sharply alert. He knew their escape had to be quick and efficient. Every moment counted. Behind them, sounds of alarms continued, a loud reminder that the Varrocs were aware of the intrusion. Alex felt strong again, energized by the rescue. He helped Laia, holding her steady as they hurried forward. Her eyes showed amazement and respect for the humans who risked so much to help them. "Alex," Laia whispered quietly as they moved, "your people really are different. I've never seen such bravery." Alex smiled proudly. "That's what humans do." The group reached the outer doors of the prison, and Captain Ellis quickly assessed the situation. He saw Varrocs guards gathering, preparing to stop the escape. Jake signaled to his team, silently instructing them to form a protective line. "Stay close together," Jake instructed Alex and the others. "We move fast, and we don't stop until we reach the ships." Everyone nodded, ready to follow his command. With a sharp motion, Captain Ellis led the group forward. Immediately, the Varrocs guards attacked, firing their weapons wildly. But the human Marines fought back skillfully, pushing through with fierce determination. Alex stayed close behind Jake, protecting Laia as they moved. Around them, prisoners from various alien races joined in the fight, their spirits high and their hope restored. Together, they pressed on, defeating any Varrocs guards who tried to block their path. Suddenly, a large explosion shook the corridor. Debris fell from above, forcing the group to pause. Jake quickly directed everyone to take cover. The Varrocs had begun to use heavier weapons, determined to stop the rescue. "We can't stay here," Jake shouted clearly. "Marines, clear the path." Human soldiers bravely rushed forward, engaging the enemy fiercely. Alex saw their bravery and felt proud to be human. Laia held tightly onto his arm, inspired by their courage and resolve. "This is amazing," Laia whispered to Alex, her eyes wide. "I never thought anyone would risk this much for others." "It's who we are," Alex replied firmly. "Humans always fight for those who need help." Captain Ellis signaled urgently for everyone to move again. Quickly, the group pushed through the debris, running swiftly toward the waiting ships outside the prison. At the exit, Admiral Corinne Blake waited anxiously, directing the final preparations for departure. She greeted Alex warmly as he and the prisoners finally reached the safety of the ships. "Welcome back, Alex," Corinne said with a relieved smile. "You did well." "Thank you, Admiral," Alex replied gratefully. "You have no idea how glad I am to see you all." As everyone quickly boarded the ships, the Varrocs launched one final attack, desperate to stop their escape. Heavy weapon fire erupted around them, but human pilots expertly evaded each blast, protecting the ships and their precious passengers. Jake stood calmly on the bridge of his ship, directing the escape with precision. "All ships," he ordered clearly, "stay in formation. We're getting out together." The small fleet swiftly moved away from the asteroid, leaving behind the chaos of the Varrocs prison. Laia, sitting next to Alex on one of the ships, watched in amazement. as the asteroid grew smaller in the distance. "We're really free," Laya whispered, tears filling her eyes. "Thanks to humans," Alex added warmly, smiling at her dot as they moved farther away. The fleet prepared to jump back into safe space. Everyone on board felt relief and gratitude. The prisoners began celebrating their freedom, cheering loudly and hugging each other. Many turned to Alex, shaking his hand and thanking him for his determination and courage. Captain Ellis contacted Admiral Blake through the communicator. "Admiral, we're ready for the jump home?" Karen nodded firmly. "Take. U.S. home, Captain. Well done." With that, the ships made the jump into hyperspace, swiftly heading toward the safety of human-controlled territory. Alex leaned back, feeling a deep sense of peace and pride. Laya held his hand gently, silently expressing her thanks. For both of them, it was a moment they would never forget. Humanity had once again proven its strength, courage, and loyalty. Against all odds, humans have faced down a powerful enemy and succeeded in rescuing those in need. The Varrocs had underestimated humanity greatly, and they had paid the price for it as the fleet moved safely through space. Alex knew one thing. For sure, he was proud to be human, and he was grateful for the chance to show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. The human fleet emerged smoothly from hyperspace near a peaceful and welcoming planet. Alex stared out of the window in awe, relieved to finally see familiar territory. Laya, beside him, gazed in wonder at the vibrant colors and beautiful landscapes. Below, "This is amazing," Laya whispered softly. "Your world looks so calm and welcoming." "It's one of our best planets," Alex replied, smiling warmly. "You'll be safe here, Laya." The ships descended gently, landing at a busy spaceport. Humans and aliens from many different worlds watched as the rescued prisoners stepped off the ships. Cheers filled the air, and applause erupted around them. The humans had successfully rescued prisoners from the powerful Varrocs news that spread rapidly, bringing excitement and pride. Captain Jake Ellis and Admiral Karen Blake stood at the front, warmly greeting the rescue group. Karen addressed the crowd clearly and simply, speaking words of encouragement and pride. "Today, humanity showed what we stand for," Karen announced clearly. "We stand for hope, courage, and loyalty. We leave no one behind." The crowd cheered louder. Alex felt pride swelling within him, grateful to belong to a people who valued bravery and compassion so deeply. Officials guided the rescued prisoners to a large facility where they received medical treatment, food, and rest. Alex stayed close to Laya, ensuring she felt comfortable and safe. He saw the relief in her eyes as she accepted the kindness shown to her. "Alex," Laya said softly, her voice filled with gratitude, "thank you for everything. You gave me hope when I had none." "I did what any human would do," Alex answered sincerely. "We help each other." Days passed peacefully, and the prisoners began to recover fully. Laya and Alex spent much time together, sharing stories of their homes and cultures. Laya learned quickly about human ways, finding herself impressed by their compassion and strong sense of community. One evening, Alex was called to meet with Admiral Blake and Captain Ellis. They greeted him warmly, clearly proud of what he had accomplished. "Alex," Karen began gently, "you showed incredible bravery and determination. You gave hope not only to Laya, but to everyone else trapped there. We're proud of you." Alex felt deeply moved. "Thank you, Admiral. I only did what was right." Jake smiled warmly. "Exactly, Alex. That's why you're an inspiration to all of U.S. Your courage reminds everyone of what it truly means to be human." Karen and Jake explained their plans for the rescued prisoners. Many will return to their home worlds, supported by the humans who had helped rescue them. Laya, however, chose to stay with the humans longer, eager to learn more about their ways and culture. "I'd like to stay here," Laya explained to Alex. Later, "Your people have shown me a new way of seeing the universe. I want to understand more about humans." Alex felt delighted by her decision. "I'm glad you chose to stay. We can learn a lot from each other." In the days that followed, Laya adapted well, quickly becoming popular among the humans who appreciated her kindness and curiosity. Alex watched proudly as she shared her knowledge and learned from others, building strong friendships. One day, Alex and Laia were invited to speak at a large gathering, attended by many people eager to hear their story. They stood together, sharing the experiences they had faced and how humanity brought hope in the darkest moments. "Without humans," Laia said softly, her voice full of emotion, "we would never have known freedom again. Humans showed us the true meaning of courage and kindness." The crowd listened closely, deeply touched by her words. Alex stepped forward, speaking clearly and confidently. "When we faced imprisonment, many thought we had no chance. But I always knew my people would. Come. Humans never abandon their own, and now the whole galaxy knows it." Cheers and applause filled the room again, louder than before. Laia smiled brightly, deeply moved by the warmth and support she saw around her. Later, as they walked quietly through the peaceful gardens near the facility, Laia turned to Alex with a smile. "You've taught me so much, Alex. I understand now why humans are special. You truly never give up." Alex smiled warmly. "And you showed me the strength and courage to keep hoping, even when things seem impossible." Together, they continued their walk, enjoying the peaceful evening and the comfort of knowing they had both found friendship and understanding. The future seemed brighter than ever, filled with possibilities and new adventures. Humanity had not only rescued those in need, but had also built a bridge of understanding, proving to everyone that kindness, bravery, and hope could overcome even the darkest of challenges. Time moved quickly, and Alex, Carter, and Laia adjusted comfortably to life among humans. Laia was fascinated by Earth culture and technology, spending hours each day learning everything she could. Alex often joined her, guiding her through new experiences and helping her feel at home. One morning, Alex received a message inviting him and Laia to a special meeting. Admiral Corinne Blake and Captain Jake Ellis had important news to share. Curious and excited, Alex and Laia quickly prepared and headed to the meeting room. When they arrived, Corinne and Jake greeted them warmly, their faces serious but friendly. Several other human leaders were present, all eager to speak with Alex and Laia. "Thank you both for coming," Corinne began kindly. "We have news from other worlds. Since your rescue, many have reached out to humanity for help and alliance. Your story has inspired them deeply." Alex and Laia exchanged surprised but pleased glances. They hadn't realized their experience would have such an impact. "That's wonderful," Alex said sincerely. "I'm glad our rescue could mean so much," Corinne nodded. "Indeed. Now, we have an important mission. We'd like both of you to help us establish stronger relationships with these other worlds." Laia looked amazed and honored. "I would be proud to help." "So would I," Alex added firmly. Corinne smiled approvingly. "We knew you would feel that way. This mission is about building trust and unity. You'll travel to several planets, sharing your story and showing everyone how humans can help in times of trouble." Alex felt excited about the idea. Laia seemed equally eager, her eyes shining brightly. Soon, Alex and Laia found themselves on a spaceship, preparing for their journey. Captain Ellis joined them, leading the mission and ensuring they had all the support they needed. Together, they visited various worlds, each filled with diverse cultures and fascinating beings. Their first stop was the peaceful planet of Allura, home to a gentle species, eager to learn more about humans. The Allurans welcomed Alex and Laia warmly, listening closely as they shared their story of courage and hope. Inspired, the Allurans eagerly agreed to strengthen ties with humanity, promising mutual support and friendship. Next, they traveled to the planet Zevis, where a brave and resilient species lived. The Zevans were strong warriors, initially unsure about forming an alliance with humans. But as Alex and Laia spoke, their powerful story impressed the Zevan leaders deeply. "We respect bravery above all," one Zevan leader said firmly. "Your people showed remarkable courage. We would be honored to call humans our allies. With each world they visited, Alex and Laia felt the bonds between humanity and the wider galaxy growing stronger. They saw firsthand how their rescue mission had shown the universe the true values of humanity: compassion, bravery, and loyalty. One evening, on their ship traveling between planets, Laia spoke thoughtfully to Alex. "Did you ever imagine this? What happened, Alex? Our rescue mission inspiring so many." Alex smiled warmly. "I hoped it would mean something, but I never expected this. It's incredible." Laia nodded, looking thoughtfully out at the stars. "Your people are truly special. They reach out, help others, and build friendships everywhere they go. And you're part of it too now," Alex reminded her gently. "You showed the galaxy that different species can come together and find strength in each other." Their final destination was Laia's home planet, Taris. Laia felt nervous but excited about returning home. It had been many months since she had been captured, and she wondered how her people would respond. When they arrived, the people of Taris welcomed Leah with joy and celebration. They listened carefully as she spoke about her experiences and about the humans who had bravely rescued her. Alex stood proudly by her side, sharing his own story. The leaders of Taris were deeply moved. "We are grateful to humans for saving our beloved Laia," one elder said sincerely. "You have shown us the true meaning of courage and friendship." Laia and Alex spent several days on Taris, strengthening the bonds between her people and humanity. By the time they left, they had firmly established a strong alliance that would benefit both species greatly. On their return journey to Earth, Alex reflected on everything they had achieved. They had turned a challenging experience into something powerful and meaningful. The galaxy had seen humanity's true strength and compassion, thanks to their actions. Laia sat beside him, her eyes filled with contentment. "We've done something important, Alex," she said softly. "I'm proud to have been part of it," Alex smiled warmly. "Me too, Laia. It proves again that when we stand together, we can overcome anything." Together, they looked out at the stars, knowing their efforts had made the galaxy a better, more united place. They had shown everyone that friendship, courage, and hope could truly change the universe. Back on Earth, Alex, Carter, and Laia returned as heroes. They were greeted warmly by Admiral Corinne Blake, Captain Jake Ellis, and many others who had eagerly awaited their arrival. Their journey across the galaxy had been an incredible success. Strengthening friendships and alliances everywhere they had traveled, the celebration was joyful and bright, filled with laughter and music. People crowded around Alex and Laia, eager to hear more about their adventures and experiences. Laia felt deeply touched by the kindness and enthusiasm shown to her by humans. She had never imagined such warmth and friendliness. During the celebration, Admiral Blake stepped forward to speak clearly and simply to everyone gathered. "Today, we celebrate more than just a safe return of Alex and Laia," Corinne announced proudly. "We celebrate the unity and courage shown by humans and our new allies. We celebrate hope, compassion, and the strength of friendship." Everyone cheered, applauding loudly in agreement. As the evening continued, Alex noticed Leah standing quietly to one side, looking thoughtfully at the crowd. He walked over, curious about what she was thinking. "Laia," Alex asked gently, "is everything all right?" Laia turned to him, smiling softly. "Yes, Alex. I'm just thinking about everything we've been through and how much my life has changed. I feel so thankful to have met you and your people." Alex smiled warmly in return. "We're just as thankful to have met you. You've taught us all a lot about courage and resilience." As the days passed, Alex and Laia continued their work, helping build bridges between humans and the various alien worlds they had visited. Their story spread far and wide, inspiring many more to believe in unity and friendship. They received messages of gratitude from countless beings across the galaxy, each expressing their own admiration for human bravery and compassion. One morning, Alex and Laia were invited to a special meeting with Admiral Blake and Captain Ellis. They found both leaders smiling warmly as they entered the room. Alex, Laya, Corinne began warmly, we have more good news. Many planets now wish to create a formal alliance, working together to protect and support each other. They have asked specifically for you to help guide this effort. Alex felt honored. We'd be glad to help in any way we can, he said sincerely. Leah nodded eagerly, feeling deeply moved. Yes, it would mean a lot to us. Corinne smiled warmly. We knew we could count on you both. Your actions have truly changed the galaxy for the better. Alex and Laya soon began traveling again, this time helping to organize meetings and discussions between various worlds. They became important ambassadors of peace and unity, greatly respected by everyone they encountered. One evening, after a long day of important discussions on a distant planet, Alex and Laya sat quietly together under the stars. The sky was bright, filled with countless twinkling lights. It's amazing, isn't it? Laya whispered softly, gazing upward. Each star represents hope, courage, and friendship, everything we've worked for. Alex nodded gently. Yes, and every day, that hope grows stronger because people like you choose to believe in it. Laya smiled warmly, deeply touched. And because humans like you refuse to give up no matter how difficult things get. Together, they watched the stars, feeling peaceful and proud. Their journey had taught them many things, but most importantly, it had shown them the incredible power of friendship and unity. As their mission continued, Alex and Laya saw the positive changes spreading rapidly. Old rivalries faded, replaced by new friendships and cooperation. The galaxy felt more connected, safer, and brighter because of their efforts. Eventually, Alex and Laya returned to Earth once again, welcomed by warm celebrations. They were now widely known and admired for their extraordinary efforts. During another joyful gathering, Admiral Blake spoke again, praising their accomplishments. Alex and Laya have reminded us of our greatest strengths, Corinne said clearly. They've shown us the value of courage, the importance of never giving up, and the incredible power of friendship. The crowd cheered loudly, applauding with genuine appreciation and pride. Alex smiled, looking around at all the happy faces. Beside him, Laya stood tall, her eyes shining brightly with joy. Later, Alex and Laya walked quietly through the peaceful gardens they had grown to love. They felt content, knowing their hard work had truly made a difference. Alex, Laya said softly, our journey changed many lives, but it changed ours most of all. Thank you for showing me the true meaning of courage and friendship. Alex smiled, warmly nodding in agreement. And thank you, Laya, for teaching me about hope and strength. Together, we've shown the galaxy what can be achieved through kindness and unity. Hand in hand, they continued their walk, knowing their story would inspire others for generations to come. The universe had become a brighter, better place, filled with the light of hope and the strength of lasting friendship.